Hey guys, Andrew back here with another video, and I'm just gonna say this at the start of every video until I find a way to get like my whole setup taken care of. And so it's just that in order to kind of counter react all the background noise, I have the mic a lot closer to my mouth, I guess, to my voice, so that I'll be a lot louder. So definitely just turn your volume down a little bit. I know it probably sounds like I'm yelling in your ear, so make sure you turn your volume down a little bit. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me, and any of the background noise you won't be able to hear at all. Alright, so to get into this video, what this video is going to be about is just kind of the basic idea of setting your own goals, being the person that you're meant to be rather than just fulfilling somebody else's agenda. And so what led me to feel inspired to want to make this video is that, I don't want to say this in case he's watching, but I'm just going to say it anyways, but part of my inspiration to make this video is that my brother is joining the military, and my sister on top of that, actually, as well. And so, I don't think that they're making a terrible choice. It's just I have my doubts, and they're unspoken doubts. I'm not going to tell them. That's kind of why I hope that they're not watching the video. But anyways, yeah, I kind of have a little bit of doubts about what they're doing, because from my point of view, it's easy to see that they're just doing someone else's bidding. And it led me to a bunch of realizations, a series of realizations. And so that's what this video is about, is that series of realizations, as most of my videos are. It's just feeling inspired to share those realizations with you guys. And so, basically how it works, right, is you have the government. Whether you're in America, whether you're in Russia, China, Africa, Mexico, Brazil, Canada, whatever it is, you have your government kind of at the top of this little pyramid I'm going to create for you here. And so beneath that pyramid, you have, among probably a couple other things, you have the entertainment industry, you have the military, and you have the workforce. And before this sounds like I'm trying to reveal the New World Order or anything like that, that's not what this is. I'm literally just trying to help you understand where your goals are at and where their goals are at. And so, these three things, the government too, they have their own goals, whether it be world domination, world peace, economical abundance, cultural, abundance. If any of you guys ever played Civilizations, it's kind of like that. Different countries have their goals. They're either about, taking over the world. They're about making enough money to kind of just have the best technology and stuff like that. They want to be able to expand technologically so that they're able to, become a spacefaring colony and stuff like that, and because that would bring in more economy. And so at this point, most of the governments that exist have evolved. They're not focused on one of these goals. They're focused kind of on all of them at the same time. World domination, not so much. We kind of don't want to destroy ourselves consciously. However, unconsciously, that is exactly what we're doing. And so, the government has their own goals, right? And then the music industry, the military, and the workforce have their own goals. Whether it's healthcare, fast food, NASA, or engineering, or anything like that, they have their goals. Whether it's to keep our automobiles running, whatever their job is, that's their goal. It's to provide food for the country. It's to provide shelter for the country, like hotels or something. It's to provide and just I can't remember the word, home sellers in general. And then NASA obviously is kind of linked in with technology and all that stuff. And so it gets really complicated, but, the workforce has their goals, the things they want to accomplish. And for the most part, they're trying to, make some kind of growth for themselves. They want to, in return for helping you get what you want, they want you to keep on coming back and help their business grow more. The military is one of the most, this is why we have so much respect for military soldiers without even knowing who the person is or what they do. Because the military is a very selfless organization. It doesn't do things for itself. It does things completely and utterly in order to protect its government. Now, the thing that's interesting is that there's two parts to each of these things, right? There's the military, and then there's the soldiers. The soldiers, they may be trying to protect, the citizens, their family, their friends, whatever. But the military itself, they're trying to protect the government. Same with the workforce. They are the reason that the government keeps running, the reason that it keeps expanding and keeps growing. But the people who work in these positions may be trying to help people, get the new phone, like Elon Musk, or healthcare professionals. They're trying to help people get over cancer and find all these cures and stuff like that. And then the entertainment industry is exactly the same. The artists, they may be the greatest people in the world, and they're just trying to help people have a better day. They're just trying to make a movie that's going to be entertaining and kind of open your eyes to the world or something like that. But the entertainment industry itself as a whole, what it does, in my opinion, is it distracts you from the present moment, distracts you from what's actually going on around you, and makes you focus on something that is illusory. Because, even if a movie or a song is trying to draw your attention to things that are wrong in your world or that need to be changed or whatever, there's no way that they have the full and complete, absolute, utter understanding of what's broken and what needs to be fixed and whatever. And even if they do, it's going to be very difficult to do that in an entertainment setting. I'm an artist myself. I'm a rapper. I make music, and it's not easy to put a message into a format that perfectly rhymes and has an awesome flow all the way through it. And in the same way, it's not easy to put a message into a movie that you need to have a climax, and you need to have characters that fight each other, and you need to have all these different things. Yes, it's doable, and sometimes it actually happens, but it's rare, and it's not easy to make happen. And so at the end of the day, these things are drawing our attention to something that makes us want to keep coming back, again, helping the entertainment industry grow more and more and more. And it helps the government with its culture. So there's those three subcategories, and like I said, there's probably more subcategories, but they all kind of help the government. And the people that actually run these businesses, that run these sub-branches, subcategories, they have their own motives, right? They want to, help people with this, help people with that, whatever. But on top of that, and you guys are most likely in this category, right? You are the people that are in these positions that work for these sub-branches. And I just want you to recognize that these sub-branches have their own goals, these things that they're making happen. And no matter how much you want to help people, you're still doing the subcategories agenda. Like, there's no way that you can work for the entertainment industry and at the same time not help it at all. It's the same idea as even bad publicity is good. Yeah, even bad publicity is good, because in any way that you're working for these three subcategories, whether you want to or not, you're helping them grow. And so it may sound like I'm trying to say, the government is terrible, and all three of its subcategories are completely terribly set up, and we're basically slaves to the system. And, that's not necessarily what I'm trying to say, because I understand that the people who created this system are very intelligent, and they've created it in a very self-sufficient way that is capable of sustaining for a very long time. However, the thing about it is that it's based on self-improvement. It's based on improving itself. It's based on growing. It doesn't care so much for I don't know, I want to say the people below it, but on the other hand, it doesn't care for the other governments that are going on, in basically a circle around the table, around the globe. It doesn't care for these other things going on. It's just focused on its own kind of goal, its own agenda. All right, and so my point of saying this is just so that you realize, or in case you don't already know, it's to help people realize that, there's certain agendas that are going on, all right? And so, although you may be trying to do multiple things at the same time, such as help people out and whatever, the other thing that you're almost guaranteed doing is trying to survive, right? Whether you work in the military branch, the entertainment branch, or the workforce branch, they've offered you something. They've given you some kind of contract in which says, basically, we will keep you alive if you follow our agenda. If you do what we ask you to do, then we will provide you with the things that you need to survive, more or less. And so, it's just, we don't need to be at the bottom just trying to survive, and I don't mean to make it sound like, we're useless, like we're not doing anything, like you're not doing anything, but it's just like, rather than trying to survive, we need to focus more on creating our own goals and agendas. And so my idea of a different goal and agenda, for as an example, and we're all different. We all have brilliant minds and brilliant ideas and different ways of thinking that can create a better world. But my idea of a better world is a world in which, the governments help each other out, in which, most importantly, the people at the bottom aren't just trying to survive. Because, like I said, you may be trying to help somebody out, but at the end of the day, did you really have a choice? Did you actually get to choose, yes, this is the job that I want? Maybe if you went to college for a bunch of years, yeah, you did get to choose, but did you get to choose if you want to go to college? No, you had to spend several of the years of your life putting yourself into that position. And I'm not one to say whether or not that was a good or a bad choice, but from my point of view, those are years of your life that have been lost to somebody else's agenda. And so, yeah, the point of this video is just to kind of help you, or help people, you included, and me included, because all of these videos I make are kind of for my own learning as well, to realize and understand what is going on in the higher places of the world, in the authority places or positions, what their agendas are, what their goals are, and the way in which you're kind of you may be feeding into them, and to hopefully kind of motivate you to do something a different way, because it just so happens the majority of the countries out there, right now is an interesting period of time, but the majority of the countries out there for the past 2,000 years have not been focused on helping other countries. They have been focused on, their own thing. And although, the three subcategories all help each other out in order to help the government, bloom, it's very rare that the workforce or the military in one country is going to try and help out the military or the workforce in another country. And I mean, that's what alliances are for, and so on and so forth. I'm not saying that it's a dumb setup. Again, it's smart, it works, and it's self-sufficient. It's just, I believe personally that we can do it better. I mean, we all are, again, brilliant, and we all have the potential to create a better world. And it just so happens that we spend a very big portion of our lives feeding into other people's agendas. And even if we're not going to act upon our own agendas yet, because it's not possible, it's just not something you can do and survive at the same time in the world we live in, if you know what I mean, then at least have some kind of a understanding of what you want to see happen. At least have some kind of grounding foundation or basis of what it is that you want to make happen in this world. Because then, it's like, that's how a country improves. That's how a world improves. Why would, if one generation just kind of runs things and then the next generation comes along and it's just like, yeah, we'll do that. It's like, what? Where's the improvement? Where's the progression? Where's the growth? And it's like, see, that's the thing that's interesting. It's like, everything's about growth at the end of the day. We do want to grow. We do want to succeed. And, self-growth is good. And helping another country grow, due to the law of karma, if you will, is going to help you grow eventually. For example, your military helps their military, you get attacked, their military will help you out, or something along those lines. It's going to be beneficial to both parties. And so as we start working around the table, more kind of working together, uniting, whatever you say, my opinion of it is that would create a better world in which we were able to grow faster, expand faster, and learn more. That's my own personal goals, my own personal agenda. And so no matter where I'm at in life, whether or not I'm able to make steps towards that final goal myself at this moment or not, I at least know what it is. I at least know what I want to see happen. And I would like to urge you guys to do the same thing and have the same kind of basis, so that you aren't just completely living your life trying to survive and falling under these subcategories, And so, yeah, I don't know how else or how much better I could possibly explain that. I hope it made sense. I hope that it, inspires you or whatever to, have your own agenda, create your own life. Don't just be somebody else's messenger boy or whatever, Don't just, I hate to say it, but don't just be somebody else's slave. Be your own owner. Make your own steps. Do your own freaking stuff. Don't just do what other people tell you to, because if you don't, you're gonna die. Sure, you gotta survive, but, while you're surviving, at least try and figure out a way to make an impact and make a difference in the world. Alright, guys. That's everything for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. Hope you have a good afternoon, evening, morning, or nighttime, whichever it may be. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.